I bought a couple of straps for this, but I don't really use them. Despite how good it looks on them. But I don't really use them. Despite how good it looks on them. I don't really use them. I bought a couple of straps for this.
Despite how good it looks on them.
I bought a couple of straps for this. Despite how good it looks on them. But I don't really use them.
I'm not a guy who looks off into the distance with a James Bond NATO on my watch.
I'm not a guy who looks off into the distance with a James Bond. I'm not a guy who looks off into the distance. I'm not a guy who looks off into the distance with a James Bond NATO on my watch. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, please do hit the button because it really will help me finally move out of my parents' basement. Now, the days I take my Tudor Black Bay 58 off its bracelet are rarer than a shiny Charizard, but when I do take it off, here's what I go for. Today I'm looking at 3 different strap options for the Black Bay 58 at 3 different price points. To quote that video I watched last night, let's get my strap on. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. Sorry, I will stop quoting that video now. This first one is from Cheapest NATO Straps. It's their adjustable single pass strap in khaki and barley. It'll set you back a very reasonable $12.95, but is it worth it? If I'm honest, I forgot I even owned this until I wanted to compare it to some others I picked up that cost a bit more. This is flimsy, the holes are already fraying despite the fact I've worn this maybe once, and the brushing on the hardware is more or less non-existent. You can see the residue of the glue that's used on the ends, and the space in between the keepers is so wide and open that Pretty Patel is sending border force down as we speak. That said, I did only pay $12.95, so I can't be too pedantic. Ultimately, I think unless you change up your straps a lot, this one is best avoided. Now next up is this, the Crown and Buckle Chevron Adjustable 50. Interesting that they chose 50 over 58 as the name of this one. It's so clearly an attempt to mimic the OEM fabric strap that Tudor make. Now Tudor claim their fabric strap is woven using a jacquard technique, using a, and I quote, well-established traditional, and let's see if I get this word right, passementerie company. What does passementerie mean?
I have a couple definitions for the noun. Parsimony. 1. Great reluctance to...
Crown and Buckle are more pragmatic. They call it a game changer and claim there's nothing on the market like it. Better not tell them about that well-established passementerie company. To be fair to them, this is only $32, but feels like it should cost far more. If it's only another $20 and you're torn between this and the cheapest NATO straps option, say goodbye to your $20. This is just excellent. The stitching looks intricate, the hardware is nicely polished, though you can get it in brush too. And the keepers sit nice and flush, so you don't get the tongue of the straps sticking out and undermining your attempts to look like you know what you're doing. It's super comfortable, and being adjustable, you'll be able to find the perfect fit for your wrist. I've taken these Crown and Buckle straps in the ocean and the pool and had no issues with discolouring or anything. I think this is the best value option and could even win over those of you who, like me, pretty religiously stick to the bracelet. Now, last but very much not least, is this, the Vanguard fitted vulcanized rubber strap. These cost $130 directly from the Dubai-based brand, and it's a cut price option if you want an alternative to brands like Everest and their rubber bands. But Everest actually don't do one for the Black Bay 58, and their standard Black Bay 41 options cost roughly $295. Now, this is not $165 less of a watch strap. Vanguard offer this in both a standard length and a shorter length. Naturally, I went for the shorter length, as did my girlfriend, and we both regret it. I like wearing my straps fairly tight, but on the shorter length the tongue barely reaches the second keeper. 6 inches up on your wrist, and I'd get the standard length. That said, the vulcanized rubber here is soft and supple and incredibly comfortable. The fit to the lugs is honestly flawless, and it may as well have come from Tudor. There is absolutely no play whatsoever. The hardware is good, and the brushing on the buckle is nice and dull, making it look almost like titanium. The buckle is signed, but Vanguard clearly have good lawyers, because that shield flies pretty close to the sun in terms of copyright, and we know how much our friends in Switzerland love copyright. The first keeper is kept in place by 2 small lips on the side of the strap, meaning the tongue really does hug the wrist. Now, if you like Joel Schumacher's take on Batman, and you've got Bruce Wayne money to spend on straps, this Vanguard fitted rubber is right up your street. And that's all she wrote. There are a ton of other straps available for the 58, and I'm honestly not inclined to cover them. I love keeping this watch on a bracelet, but I will occasionally put it on 2 of these 3. I'll let you guess which 2. Links are in the description for all 3 if you're interested. Thanks so much for watching, or for skipping to the end, or for just putting it on mute and letting me get the numbers up, Mum. Like, subscribe, and appease our new god, the YouTube algorithm. See you next time.